Recently, a very simple dish has been going viral on social media: pickled onions in vinegar. Using just a few familiar ingredients from your kitchen, this dish is being widely shared and enjoyed every day, especially by those who are concerned about three highs: high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and high blood sugar. Interestingly, this dish is not new at all. My grandmother has been eating pickled onions in vinegar for over 40 years as part of her daily diet, helping her meals feel lighter, easier to digest, and more balanced. Because of that, more and more people are choosing this dish as a simple way to move toward a healthier lifestyle and better weight management. However, despite its popularity, many people still don't know how to make it properly. So today, I'll share with you the standard, easiest method, with clear step-by-step instructions so anyone can successfully make it at home. First, let's start with the most important ingredient: onions. If possible, you should choose red onions. Not only do they look more visually appealing after preparation, but they are also richer in nutrients and have a milder, slightly sweeter taste compared to regular onions. Just a small change in ingredient selection can make a noticeable difference in both flavor and nutritional value. Next, wash the onions thoroughly. It's nice to know that we see each other all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you can subscribe by clicking the subscribe button. It's great to see your support. Then, let them dry completely. Any excess moisture can affect both the preservation time and the overall quality of the final product. Once the onions are fully dry on the surface, cut them in half. Then slice them into your preferred shapes. For one half, I cut it into large strips. Then continue cutting it into diced pieces. After cutting, place them on a plate and set aside. For the other half of the onion, slice it very thinly into fine strips. Many people don't realize that onions are not just a seasoning. They also contain minerals like calcium and other beneficial nutrients that help support bone health, especially for older adults. After slicing, place everything into a large bowl. Next, prepare a few pieces of fresh ginger that have been washed and fully dried. Slice the ginger into thin pieces, then cut it into fine strips. Adding ginger not only enhances the aroma, but also provides a warm, comforting feeling when eaten, making the dish even more effective. Add the ginger into the bowl with the onions, then gently mix everything together so the ingredients are evenly combined. Even at this stage, you can already notice a very distinctive aroma, a simple combination that makes the dish much more appealing. Now, place the plate of onions into a steamer with already boiling water. You only need to steam for about 2 minutes. What's special about this step is the very short steaming time. It helps the onions retain most of their important nutrients while significantly reducing their sharp, pungent taste. Not only that, this light steaming method also makes the onions milder and easier to eat, reduces irritation for people with sensitive stomachs, allows those who can't eat raw foods to enjoy them comfortably. More importantly, this gentle steaming process helps soften the internal structure of the onions. When they are later soaked in vinegar, the nutrients can be released and blended more easily, creating a richer and much more balanced flavor. After steaming, simply remove them and let them cool naturally. When you see the onions turn slightly translucent, they are perfectly done. Next, prepare a clean, dry glass container or jar, completely free of water and oil, as even a small amount of moisture or oil can affect the quality and shelf life of the pickled dish. Add the onion and ginger mixture into the glass container. Where are you watching from? Please leave a comment to let me know. Add the steamed onions, completely cooled, into the jar. After that, add a few pieces of rock sugar. Many people may wonder, why add sugar? In fact, rock sugar doesn't make the dish overly sweet. It has 3 very important roles. It softens the sharp acidity of the vinegar, creating a more balanced taste. It adds a smooth, pleasant aftertaste without a harsh sourness. It helps the flavors blend together, making the onions taste smoother rather than sharp and harsh. If you prefer not to use sugar, you can skip this step. Next, pour in the vinegar. For the type of vinegar, you can choose rice vinegar, lighter, milder, and easier to eat, great for beginners. Black vinegar, richer, deeper aroma, darker color, and a more intense flavor. Apple cider vinegar, mildly sour with a natural slight sweetness, light and smooth, also very beginner-friendly. If possible, use naturally fermented vinegar, as it contains more beneficial natural compounds for your health. Choose the type based on your taste preference. Just make sure to pour enough vinegar to fully cover the onions so they can absorb evenly and be properly preserved. Then, seal the jar tightly, place it in the refrigerator, and let it pickle. For steamed onions, let it sit for 2 to 3 days. For unsteamed onions, let it sit for 4 to 5 days. After about 2 days, you'll start to notice a very clear transformation. The onion slices gradually turn slightly translucent, looking very beautiful and appetizing. The pungent smell almost completely disappears, replaced by a mild, gently sour aroma that is extremely pleasant. When you taste it, you'll clearly notice a light, clean sourness without harshness. The onions still retain a slight crunch, and everything blends together very smoothly. In just a few days, you'll have a jar of pickled onions that is not only delicious, but also visually appealing, something that makes anyone curious to try. But the interesting part is not just the flavor. Few people know that sulfur compounds in onions can help slow down blood clotting. When combined with the natural acids in vinegar, especially fermented vinegar, they can support better blood circulation and help reduce pressure on blood vessel walls. Not only that, onions also contain quercetin, a powerful antioxidant, along with other natural compounds that help support blood sugar control and reduce bad cholesterol. Meanwhile, vinegar can help regulate post-meal blood sugar, increase insulin sensitivity, and slow down carbohydrate absorption. When combined, these two ingredients create a very valuable metabolic support effect. In addition, this dish helps stimulate appetite, makes meals more enjoyable, and supports better digestion, especially when eaten with protein-rich or oily foods. The high levels of antioxidants in both onions and vinegar also help protect cells and support slowing down the aging process. That's why this dish is especially suitable for older adults or anyone focused on long-term health. However, each method suits different people. If you're a beginner or prefer something milder and easier to eat, then the version where onions are lightly steamed before pickling is ideal. It's gentler in taste, easier to eat, and absorbs flavors faster. On the other hand, if you enjoy a crisp, crunchy texture and a stronger, fresher flavor, then the non-steamed version with added ginger will be incredibly satisfying. So, which one do you prefer? And here's something many people overlook. The true essence of this dish is not just the onions, but the pickling liquid itself. It has a mild sourness, light aroma, a hint of sweetness, and is very pleasant. You can mix 1 to 2 tablespoons with warm water to drink after meals. Combine it with olive oil to make a light salad dressing, or drizzle a little over rice, meat, or fish to enhance flavor and aid digestion. However, to get the best results, keep these in mind. Always store it in the refrigerator and use clean utensils when taking it out. If you notice any strange smell, bubbles, or slimy texture, discard it immediately. It tastes best within the first 2 to 3 weeks, and at most, up to 3 to 4 weeks if stored properly. Also, this dish is not suitable for everyone. If you have a sensitive stomach, experience acid reflux, or cannot tolerate sour and spicy foods, you should be cautious before using it. And most importantly, this is not a miracle food. Eating too much is not good either. A healthy diet should always be diverse. The more balanced your diet is, the healthier your body will be. Listen to your body and choose what works best for you. Sometimes, something as simple as this dish, when used the right way, can create a difference you never expected. The video ends here. If you have any comments, please leave a comment below. If you find the video interesting, please give me a like. Don't forget to share it with your relatives and friends. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your support. Goodbye. See you in the next video.